All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video, and the wait is over. 6 days after firing, actually, I think it's 7 days after firing head coach Don Granado, the Buffalo Sabres have found their new head coach, and it is the winningest coach in Buffalo Sabres history, the fifth winningest coach in NHL history. He coached the Buffalo Sabres from 1997 to 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Sabres' new head coach, Lindy Ruff. So, uh, you wanted accountability? These kids don't know what they're in for. They're going to get accountability. Oh, yes. Lindy Ruff is a no-nonsense guy. He don't take no bullshit. He will sit you down without question. Uh, it says, Lindy Ruff is returning to Buffalo. The Sabres announced Monday that the fifth winningest coach in NHL history and the winningest coach in franchise history has been hired as head coach to lead the team into the next chapter. So, I've seen a lot of fans have mixed emotions about this. They're saying that coaches who come back for a second stint usually don't do well. They tried this already with Ted Nolan, and it didn't work. We'll see. I'm excited though. Lindy Ruff has always been one of my favorite coaches in the league, and an interesting stat that somebody said in one of their videos too, um, that Lindy Ruff has been part of this organization with every decade that they've been in existence. Okay, he was drafted and played for the Sabres in the 70s. He captained the Sabres in the 80s. He coached the Sabres in the late 90s to early 2000s. And now in the 2020s, he is the head coach again. So, through the existence, Lindy Ruff has, been part of this organization for every decade. So, uh, it's like he never left. Um, we made the playoffs. The last time we made the playoffs, I should say, was when Lindy Ruff was the head coach. He's got a very talented team, a very young team. Uh, but he doesn't have Dominic Hasek like he had back then and Ryan Miller. Uh, and I don't know what they're going to do with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, if they're going to keep Levi. But Lindy Ruff likes the young goalie, so they may try and get something worked out with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. But Lindy, he's going to want, some veterans on this team. I can almost guarantee it. And he's probably going to go to Kevin Adams, and he's going to say, get me this guy. Get me this guy. Get me a veteran goalie. And Kevin Adams will do it. Kevin Adams was part of the Lindy Ruff staff as an assistant coach. So there is some chemistry here. All right. Lindy knows the city. He knows the organization. He knows the system. He played for the Sabres. He coached the Sabres. And now he's coaching the Buffalo Sabres once again. So welcome back to the Buffalo Sabres. New head coach, Lindy Ruff. Ruff has been a member of the Sabres for 25 of the organization's 53 seasons. He played part of 10 seasons with the franchise, including a stint as team captain, and then guided the organization through two of its most memorable and successful eras during his previous head coaching tenure. But the decision to hire Ruff extends beyond his familiarity and passion for Western New York. The 64-year-old has experienced success at each of his stops since leaving the Sabres and has shown a propensity to adapt to changing personnel and eras throughout his career. So he took a very young Devils team last year to 112 points, and I think they were like number three seed in the playoffs, and they won the playoff series. But he got them to 112 points. I think he can do that with this team, with the Buffalo Sabres, just like he was doing in the 90s. We won the President's Trophy with Lindy Ruff as our head coach. But and I said in one of my previous videos that if this went past 2 weeks, then Kevin Adams thought he was getting Rod Brindamore. If it went 2 weeks or less, then it was Lindy Ruff. Well, it went a week. So, and Kevin Adams got his guy. He said he had a plan. He had someone in mind, and that guy was Lindy Ruff. You didn't have to wait for Lindy Ruff. He was already available. He knows the system, and it's going to see what they do with the roster. I think Jeff Skinner will be get back to his goal-scoring self under Lindy Ruff. I think Matthias Samuelsson and Owen Power are going to be better defensemen. Rasmus Dahlin, of course. You're going to see a different Sabres team. You're probably going to see a team come out with a lot more energy. You're going to see a team come out physical, because that's how Lindy Ruff is. His teams play physical. And I'll tell you what, that first game is going to be electric when they announce the team at KeyBank Center next year. And then they announce Lindy Ruff as the head coach. That crowd is going to go bonkers. Lindy Ruff says, Kevin Adams says, I am thrilled to welcome Lindy back as the head coach of the Buffalo Sabres. Sabres general manager Kevin Adams said, as I went through the hiring process, it quickly became clear Lindy was the person for the job. He has experience, a proven track record, familiarity with young players, and so much more. I want to be clear, though, that this was not made with nostalgia in mind. Lindy is the right person for the job now, and history with our organization and community is simply an added bonus. I believe wholeheartedly that Lindy can and will help our team reach their goals, and I'm excited to get to work with him. So, Ruff spent 4 seasons as head coach for the Dallas Stars and parts of 4 seasons as head coach for the New Jersey Devils, with 3 seasons as an assistant coach with the New York Rangers in between. His tenure in Dallas, 2013-14 to 2016-17, that was after he got fired from the Buffalo Sabres. He went to the Dallas Stars, including 2 trips to the playoffs, including a 109-point campaign in 2015-2016. That earned him recognition as a finalist for the Jack Adams Award as the NHL's Coach of the Year. He took over a last-place team in New Jersey in 2020 and led it to the playoffs 3 years later, finishing last season with a franchise record 112 points and being voted as the runner-up for the Jack Adams Award. So, I just said, he took a very young New Jersey Devils team last year to 112 points and got them in the playoffs. I think he can do that with the Buffalo Sabres. He's got a very talented squad here, a very young, talented squad here. I do think that he makes some changes. I do think he's going to tell Kevin Adams to make a couple of trades, get some veterans in here, because Lindy, he likes some veterans. So I think that he may have Kevin Adams go out and get some veterans. And we're going to see. They already said they're not re-signing Victor Olofsson. But like I was stating on Lindy, I think this might have been more of a Pagula move than a Kevin Adams move. I think Kevin Adams wanted Lindy, but I think Pagula pushed the issue. I think he said, "I want Lindy Ruff as my head coach." Although he fired Lindy because players just stopped listening to him. They would tune him out the last time he was here, and the fans didn't want Lindy anymore. They chanted "Fire Lindy," just like they did Don Granado. Uh, that's another thing that you got to watch for. How long will it be before this fan base starts chanting "Fire Lindy" like they did the last time he was here? Um, so, uh, but guys, I do think you're going to see a playoff team. I do think you're going to see a young team go on a playoff run. And I do think you're going to see a more physical team and a team that plays for 60 minutes. Even if it isn't a full 60 minutes, he's going to get the best out of these players, and he's going to get their full potential. So, welcome back to the Buffalo Sabres, Lindy Ruff. We're glad to have you back. This was a much needed change. Something had to be done. We needed a new voice behind that bench, and we got that voice. And I want to see how this team responds to Lindy Ruff. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. Hell, if he could take the New Jersey Devils to 112 points last year, why can't he do it with the Buffalo Sabres? I think he will. Comment, like, subscribe. Go Sabres. I'm excited. I've seen people have mixed emotions, but I'm excited. Alex Tuck, he mentioned that this is what they needed. They needed somebody that can hold them accountable and push them the way they need to be pushed. And Lindy Ruff definitely will do that, just like he did when we went on our Stanley Cup run. So, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Go Sabres. Lindy Ruff, welcome back to the Buffalo Sabres as our head coach. I can't wait to see who you have on your staff. They did retain Matt Ellis. I do think that was Lindy wanting them to do that. But go Sabres. Welcome back, Lindy Ruff.